Every night, hundreds of heavily armed special ops troops lay along the perimeter, with all their guns aimed deep into the forest. To avoid any surprises, the base had already brought hundreds of Gatling guns online. Then a message came from command. A large group of unknown creatures was racing toward the base at about 60 miles an hour. They were also much bigger than normal humans. When they were just 500 yards away, the team leader fired a flare. But when the light hit the trees, there was nothing there. Everyone was stunned. Then, at that exact moment, every light in the base suddenly went out. The whole area fell into darkness. The tension rose again. The military dogs sensed the danger first. They charged straight into the woods. The team leader fired another flare. The result was the same. There were still no monsters in sight. All they could hear were the dogs screaming in the forest. As the flare slowly died out, the real nightmare finally appeared. A huge wave of creatures burst out of the trees, and the soldiers opened fire at once. Bullets poured out. But there were simply too many. The line was torn open, and the casualties were heavy. The next day, everyone finally saw what those monsters really were. They were a group of unusually vicious black bears. After fighting all night, the soldiers barely held the base. But that raised an even bigger problem. Black bears do not gather in numbers like that. They also do not move with that kind of discipline. That meant the forest was hiding something even worse. To find out why, the army decided to search the woods. This time, they were even more careful than the night before. Several armed helicopters provided cover from above. Armored units led the push on the ground. The whole search team moved forward as if they were already in battle. But even after they searched the entire forest, they found nothing unusual. Then they came out the other side of the trees. What they saw left everyone speechless. There was a ghost city beyond the forest. There was no sign of a single living person. Even worse, the buildings looked like they had been sliced apart by some impossible force. Many high rises had been cut cleanly in half. The city's power grid had also completely failed. It looked like the end of the world had just hit. After the special ops team entered the city, they attached portable lights to the walls so they could see. What they saw next made their skin crawl. Inside a supermarket, bodies were scattered everywhere, but none of them had any obvious wounds. They were dead, yet no one knew what killed them. Just as the team was about to pull back, one soldier upstairs was suddenly attacked. The others rushed up to help. What they found was even more unbelievable. The attacker jumped from a 300-foot building and landed without a scratch. The soldiers opened fire at once.